Hey everyone, welcome back to Brothers in Watches. If you are new here, what this channel is about is pretty simple. We buy second-hand watches, mostly online on platforms like Ricardo, eBay or Chrono24. Once we receive them, we inspect the watch, check if it needs a bit of maintenance or strap exchange, and then we put it for sale to flip it and make profit. That profit doesn't go into our pockets. It goes right back into buying more watches. The goal is not to build a huge business or chase massive profit. It's about keeping the collection alive, bringing variety to the channel, and enjoying this hobby while sharing the journey with all of you. Now, let's talk about August. It was a really good month. We managed to sell the 3 biggest investments we made earlier this year. We bought these watches back in April and May, and finally in August, we found the right buyers. In total, 4 pieces came through. A vintage IWC from the 60s, a Cartier Must 21, an Omega Constellation, and a Hamilton Khaki Pilot. 3 of them sold. 1 is still with us, but each one had its own story and lesson. Let's get into it. First up, the IWC. This was a vintage 1962 IWC Automatic, 35mm stainless steel, powered by the famous caliber C853 with a Peloton winding system. We picked it up on Ricardo back in April for 550 euros. It came with no box, no papers, and a non-original strap. But the dial was clean, the case was sharp, and the movement was strong. The C853 is one of IWC's more respected calibers. Beautifully decorated, smooth winding, and incredibly reliable. At 35mm, the watch wears small by today's standards, but the slim case and sharp looks makes elegant on the wrist. What about pricing? On Chrono24, you can find similar examples for around 1,000 euros, sometimes higher, of course depending if you find with box, papers, and the original strap. Since ours did not have it, we priced it to sell quickly. By August, it sold on Vinted for 720 euros, and because Vinted doesn't take any commission, that left us with a clean 170 euros profit. Next, the Cartier Must 21 Quartz. 35mm stainless steel. We bought it in May for 428 euros on Ricardo. But here's the catch. No box, no papers, a non-original red strap, and even the little blue stone at the crown was broken. Honestly, we probably paid a bit high, so we knew profit would be limited. The Must 21 is a classic Cartier design from the 90s, known for its integrated bezel with Roman numerals, slim quartz movement, and everyday luxury vibe. It's not rare, but it carries strong brand appeal. With the original strap, in a top condition, these often sell anywhere from 1,000 euros up to 2,000 in Chrono24. But since our was missing those details, the resale potential was much lower. The red strap was not doing it any favor, so we swapped it for a clean brown leather one. That alone gave the watch a much more classic Cartier look. After that quick refresh, we listed on Vinted and Chrono24. By August, it sold for 550 euros. Since Vinted takes no commission, that left us with a clean 122 euros profit. Now, one of my favorites this month, the Omega Constellation F300. This is a 1970s watch powered by a turning fork movement. Instead of ticking, it actually hums. A really cool piece of watch history. We bought it on Ricardo, of course, for 371 euros. It came with an original Omega box, which was a nice bonus, but no papers, a generic strap, and it had a personal engraving on the caseback. Engravings always drag down the resale value. The Constellation line was Omega's flagship, and the F300 models are special. Licensed from Bulova, this tuning fork caliber ran smooth, with a sweeping second hand and that unique humming sound. Niche, but very collectible. Still, the movement was working perfectly and the dial had great vintage charm. We listed in both Vinted and Chrono24. Priced it a bit below the clean examples, and it sold on Chrono24 for 570 euros. After Chrono24's 6% fee, that left us with about 164 euros profit. And finally, the new edition, the Hamilton Khaki Day Date Pilot. We bought this one on Ricardo for around 375 euros. It's the 40mm automatic pilot style watch with the day-date complication at 12. The Khaki line is Hamilton's most popular collection, inspired by military and aviation designs. This model has bold lume plots, strong legibility, and a rook stainless steel case. At 40mm, it's the perfect everyday size, which makes it really appealing to the wide range of buyers. We have listed it on both Vinted and Chrono24, with a selling price set between 500 and 600 euros. It has not sold yet, but given the demand for khakis, I'm confident it won't take long. So that's the 4 watches for this month. All in all, it was a very good month. We finally moved the biggest investment we made early this year. It feels great to see that patience paying off. This project is not just about the numbers, it's also about the stories behind each watch, what we learn, and sharing that journey with all of you. Remember, you can find a detailed video of each of the watches we got on our YouTube channel. Thanks for following along, and if you had a good flip yourself recently, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your stories too. See you in the next one.